Alright boys, so this is a big update because this broke yet again. You can see there should be a washer on the back. Where's that thing? Oh, it's right there. I think this is the brass little part that was in between the thrust washer. The thrust washer yeah, that thing's blown out in the middle. You can see this spine, you can see there's some wear marks. And I think the wear marks are from the spinner when it's fully pushed back against the finger. I feel like it's rubbing like right there. Luckily this time there was no welding, so the rod comes right out. I was actually able to ride home like this because I guess this top thrust washer hasn't broke yet. So it's interesting because that means the back thrust washer broke, not the front one. So if we're talking about, you know, maybe definitely wasn't over adjusted. That last video I posted on here where there was a lot of slop, I tightened it up a little but not really, just because I was afraid of this shit welding together. So with the finger, you would think the finger push-in would collapse this top one first, but the back one collapsed and the spinner broke through. I don't know, so that's kind of weird. With these wear marks, I don't know, maybe the oil slinger is wearing up against, you know, this part somewhere. You see the finger looks fine. The finger's new. I replaced the finger. Replaced the bottom part with washers. I've replaced this gear also. You can see this gear was like brand new, but you can see there's some bites there. I think there's some on this side too. Yeah. You can see it's getting chewed into. And I think it's getting chewed into from the oil slinger. But exactly why, I'm not sure. This is my fucking like third time putting one of these in, so I'm pretty sure that I'm going to just switch to the old style. But if you have any thoughts, I definitely didn't over tighten it. All these components in here are brand fucking new. We're in a foot clutch setup. You can see a jockey there. Here's my linkage that I put on there. When the linkage is on here, there's a spring right here that keeps it back, so there isn't tension constantly being put on. You see we put in a stopper here too on the mid, so that the lever arm can't fall backwards. When there's pressure, it comes backwards, so we made it so it doesn't pull up too high, because it doesn't even want to lay forward to put too much tension on that. But even if it did move forward, that spring is going to keep it off of you know, keep the adjustment screw off of the rod, so that it isn't creating a bunch of pressure. So we made an arm just a little bit of leverage, kind of a better leverage position. The chain's heavy and all that kind of stuff, like a lot of people are saying. That's why I have a chain to keep it back, and it does. I wish I'd kind of showed you how it adjusted before I took everything apart, but you know, when shit fucks up, you just want to get it fixed, right? So this push rod also was a 14-inch one. That's what came. You can see at the bottom of it. If you want to focus on that, there's definitely some wear. But I don't know if that wear is just normal from the screw, metal to metal. That whole thing was definitely flat and hardened. You can see there's a divot in there now. But the adjustment screw's constantly not on it. I heard someone say with the way bikes lean, if they're on, this thing kind of leans. Maybe the push rod's constantly going against the adjustment screw, but even so, if there's no pressure, because there's no pressure on the finger shaft, it shouldn't be jamming it into the adjustment screw, so it should just kind of bounce against the adjustment screw while the clutch is spinning. So since there isn't pressure on it other than gravity, which is laying down, but that's not really enough to keep it on there to like weld or anything like that, but it's definitely grooving into it. Now that could just be when I'm using it, you know, but I mean, you can't fucking get around using your clutch sometimes. You gotta ride. So yeah, I'm kind of at a loss, to be honest. I took a lot of pressure off of it, which I thought would be, the major issue. Obviously I needed to put a stop on the foot and put a spring to pull it back. All that shit's just good to do in general. So I mean, obviously I ain't mad at wasting time, or it wasn't time wasted, but now, yeah, I don't have anything new in my mind to do, so I don't really want to throw on the wafer style again. Probably gonna switch to the old style, but I mean, obviously that shit up there ain't pretty, but that's the way it is. Shaft works and everything like that. So I don't know. If you got some ideas, let me know. I think, let's see if I can set this up. Everything's up front like it's supposed to. Right there, it's hard to see with the camera, but when it's in the finger, it's really fucking close to the case. I know there's supposed to be another thrust washer in there, the one that broke, that good old reliable one right there. It just seems really damn close into everything. And I don't even know if the thing is settling right, because the washer starts grinding against, this part of the case. So I do not know what year tranny this is. If you guys can see just from looking at it, if it ever had an electric start, or if it didn't. If it didn't, then what? That's, I don't know, pre-77 or something like that. Either way, long ass video, but hopefully for anyone, has some ideas. Also, if anyone's experiencing the same shit, try to figure all this out without the only answer being buy the witch hat setup, which is exactly what I'm about to do. So, thanks.